Children are not born knowing how to be human. Socially, they learn it. Parents, siblings, neighbors, and teachers shape children's daily interaction, teaching rights from wrong, modeling behaviors. This process is called socialization, involving norms and beliefs, essentially learning from invisible rules of society. Over time, these rules became a second nature, guiding behaviors unconsciously as seen in speaking language or knowing public etiquette.
Common sense view of society. Most people think about society as something out there, a bunch of people, buildings, jobs, government. Common sense tells us it is just the world we live in. But sociology goes deeper, and Peter Berger explains that society is not just a backdrop, it is something that lives in us. It is the reason we get embarrassed in a public places or why we greet someone with a shake hand and a wave. Society is not just um, external, it is an internal. It shapes our thoughts, our dreams, and even what we think is possible. So, while common sense views society as a thing, sociology sees it as a powerful force that molds every part of our being.
The mechanisms of social control. Social control is how society keeps people in line not just through police or laws, but in everyday life. Think of it as the subtle and not so subtle pressures that push people to conform. These mechanisms can be internal or external. Like in internal, it is like guilt, shame, or a conscience. And the external, like being punished or criticized. Berger highlights how society does not just want people to behave, it needs them to. Otherwise, there will be chaos. So, from family expectations to religious teachings to legal systems, society builds a web of control that guides our actions, often without us even noticing.
Methods of social control are the tools a society uses to enforce its norm. These range of soft nudges to harsh punishment. The first one is education. Schools teach is not just facts but also discipline, respect, and obedience. The second one is religion. Offer moral codes often backed by fear of divine punishment. The third one is law. Clearly see what is allowed and what is not with clear penalty. The fourth one is custom and tradition. Unwritten rules, shaking hands or wearing black at funerals. The fifth one is public opinion. Social pressures like gossip and social exclusion is a powerful method. The last one is violence or threat of force. This method is extremely methods put effective in dire cases. Peter Bergers highlights six main ways society that keeps control over individual in society. Here is the six mechanism of social control, which is the first one is violence. Considered to be ultimate tools, which is application of of physical force or simplify the treat of it like for example military and police. The second one is economic pressure. People act a certain ways because they need jobs or money. The third one is acceptance and rejection. We follow the norms to avoid shame or to fit in. The fourth one is moral and religious guilt. These internal feelings or of guilt guides our behavior. The fifth one is ridiculous of, and gossip. Other talking about you can be a powerful um, deterrent. The sixth one or the last one is education and or ideology. Society teach us what is normal. So internalize
Of social stratification refines Marx's solely economic model by the incorporating status and power, unlike Marx's focus on class based purely on ownership of means and the production. So Weber argues that wealth, prestige, and political influence created by multi-dimensional hierarchy. A wealthy entrepreneur, a respected artist, and a powerful politician might occupy different social strata and despite verifying levels of wealth, demonstrating how social standing is complex and multifaceted. Berger uses Weber's framework to how illustrate how this societal hierarchy profoundly in fact individuals' opportunities, lifestyles, and the social treatment. Weber's more multidimensional approach to social stratification provides a richer understanding of social inequality than Marx's economics determinism. So, while Marx's focus on class conflict remains relevant, Weber's inclusions of status and power highlights the complexities of social hierarchy. For examples, I highlight respected doctors might earn less than the celebrity but enjoy greater social prestige of similarly. A bureaucrat with limited wealth might wield considerable power due to their positions within a large organizations. And this demonstrates that social standing isn't solely determined by economic resources but also by social honor and political influence. The interplay of these three dimensions creates a complex wave of social inequalities affecting access and resources, opportunities, and social mobility. This complexity challenges simplistic models of social class and underscores of the need for the more nuanced and understanding of social stratification.
Social institutions. Social institutions are like building blocks of society. It's a stable, organized pattern of behavior made to meet basic needs like family, religion, education, government, economy. These institutions shaped our lives from birth to death. For example, the family teaches us how to love and live with others. The schools prepare us for work. The church tells us what is morally right. And Peter Burgers, Peter Burgers emphasized that these institutions are not just things we live with. They are the things that live in us. They define roles like mother or father and give us a script to follow.
William Isaac Thomas said, if men define situations as real, they are real in their consequences. It means that our beliefs are what shapes what we perceive as reality. If someone thinks they are being insulted, they might get angry even if no insult was intended. Society runs on shared definitions. We agreed on what a job interview looks like, what counts as a rude behavior, or what makes someone look suspicious. These shared meanings become real through actions. In short, how people see things affects what they do, and what they do affects society.
Berger describes how from birth society guides us through life. Imagine a child is born. The family names them. assign names a gender, and begins to shape their identity. As they grow, they enter the school system, learn acceptable behaviors, and internalize society's norms. They go to church, where they are taught spiritual values. Eventually, they work, marry, have kids, and the cycle repeats. At each of the stages, different social institution takes the lead. It seems like fate, but Berger says it is not fate, but it is a society's rewriting the script. We often think we are making